Finance keys. Debit cards feel simple because the payment happens fast. You tap, the screen says approved, and it looks like the money is gone instantly. But a lot of young adults do not realize there is still a process happening underneath that tap, and misunderstanding that process is how people overspend, miss fraud, or assume their balance means something it does not. A debit card is a spending tool connected directly to your checking account. When you use it, the money is usually coming from money you already have, not from borrowed money like a credit card. That sounds straightforward, but the details matter. Some transactions clear immediately, some stay pending for a while, and some hold more money than the final purchase amount. If you understand those mechanics early, your account becomes much easier to manage. Think of a debit card as a front door into your checking account. The card gives stores, gas stations, online merchants, and payment systems a way to ask your bank for money. When you swipe, tap, insert, or enter the card online, your bank may place a pending charge first. That pending charge is not always the final settled amount. It is more like a temporary reservation while the transaction finishes moving through the system. That is why your balance can feel confusing. You may see one number labeled current balance and another labeled available balance. The current balance reflects what is in the account based on fully posted transactions. The available balance reflects what can still be spent after pending transactions and holds are considered. If you only look at the bigger number, you can think you have more room than you really do. Debit cards also behave differently depending on how they are used. Entering your PIN can route the transaction one way. Running the card as credit without a PIN can route it another way, even though it is still a debit card. Online purchases, subscription payments, restaurant tips, and gas station pre-authorizations can all create different timing patterns. None of that means debit cards are bad. It means they are not magic. They are bank account access tools, and access tools need attention. Imagine Jordan fills up at a gas station and sees a pending charge of $125, even though the gas only cost $47. Later that day, Jordan buys food, sends money to a friend, and pays for a ride home. By the next morning, the account looks much lower than expected, and panic kicks in. What happened is not that money vanished. The gas station placed a temporary hold while the final transaction was settling, and Jordan was mentally spending from the wrong number. The lesson is not never use a debit card. The lesson is that speed plus weak visibility creates stress. Once Jordan learns to check available balance, watch pending transactions, and keep a small buffer in checking, the same card becomes much less chaotic. Picture a hallway with several doors opening into the same room. One door is groceries, one is gas, one is online shopping, one is subscriptions. The debit card is the key that can open each door quickly, but every door pulls from the same room. If you forget that, the exits start happening faster than your awareness. Another way to see it is like a clipboard at the front desk of your money life. Some amounts are final. Some are just signed out temporarily while they are being processed. If you mistake every temporary hold for settled reality or ignore the holds entirely, your decisions get sloppy. First, learn the difference between current balance and available balance in your banking app. Second, turn on alerts for transactions above a small amount so spending becomes visible sooner. Third, keep a checking buffer so restaurant tips, gas holds, or delayed postings do not immediately create stress. Fourth, review pending charges before assuming you were charged incorrectly. Fifth, if a transaction looks wrong or unfamiliar, freeze the card and call the bank quickly. Debit card fraud matters because it involves your cash flow, not just a future bill. The goal is not to become afraid of using your card. The goal is to understand the tool that touches your money most often. Ask yourself, when I use my debit card, do I actually know how that purchase changes my available money today? That one habit can make spending feel less mysterious and much more under control. If this helped, subscribe to Finance Keys, leave one debit card question you want answered next, and share this with someone learning how everyday banking really works.